Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Hasten here. Today, I'm bringing you another freaking anime video. Today will be about dub versus sub, as you could probably tell by the title. Sub is, you probably already knew this, subtitles for the Japanese language. So it's in Japanese, but you can read the bottom text for in English or whatever language you're native to. I assume if you're watching this video, you're native English, yes. And then dub is when the voice actors voice over the anime. That's it, really. They just voice over the anime characters in English, obviously. So I am a little bit sick right now, as you can probably hear. So if there's any like random cuts, that's probably why, because I'm coughing or clearing my throat or something. All right, so let's get into it. So I have dub benefits, sub benefits, and then the negatives of both of them. So yeah, let's just get it. Dub benefits. So the first one is you don't have to read subtitles. I know that's a huge turnoff for a lot of people just because they don't really want to read subtitles. They just want to be able to listen. Another dub benefit is you can focus on the animation, artwork, and music. So you do not have to read the subtitles, and you can look at other things like the pretty pictures and the music and stuff and really take that all in. But that's just something that I have noticed, and when I've asked around my school, I'm almost graduated, plus up, that's something that they say that they don't have. They can focus on the other things. But the next up is the personal connection, because it's like the same language, you can kind of relate a little bit more. For example, I'll probably say this a few times, Fairy Tail's Natsu, it's one of the few dubs that I do watch now. I know that voice actor's name by heart, Natsu, or Todd Haberkorn. And I know that because I just connected with him a lot more, and I like Natsu's dub a lot better than the sub. I don't know, I just think I just like it. But Fairy Tail was one of the few anime that I did watch in the beginning of my anime career, so maybe that's why, because when I first started watching it, I only liked dub, I didn't like sub. Which leads us to our next point. It is easier to get into for new viewers, because I know Japanese can be a huge turnoff for new viewers. I don't know why. That's how it was for me. That's how it was for a lot of people. They started out watching dub. Voice crack. They started off watching dub, and then they slowly transitioned to sub once they realized culture and the elements behind it. And last but not least, for the dub benefits is more emotion. So you get more emotion because it's like the same voice, maybe. I don't know, some dubs can be cringy as hell, but some can be like really powerful. So those are like the 5 main dub benefits. So now let's get to the 5 main sub benefits. So sub benefits, more emotion. I put question mark because on a lot of the Japanese voice actors, they do give a lot better emotion. I just think it matches better for some reason now. But yeah, so the mouth animation also matches the words. So for some reason, I forgot why, anime studios like Funimation, like dub studios, they don't reanimate the mouth movements of the anime characters for English dub or whatever dub. They just keep the same mouth movements, they just voice actor over them. So that's a sub benefit that always matches. Another sub benefit, which is actually super helpful to me, is that it can help you learn the language. I am learning Japanese, so it is super helpful for me, because I know that's a lot of the ways that different polyglots learn their languages, is that they get a basic understanding and then they watch some shows, see the context, that's how it's used. But it's not just me. Like my friend groups, they have no interest in learning Japanese, but they still know things like itadakimasu, daijobu, doko desu ka, nani ka, amae wa mu shendaru. Like everybody, most anime watchers know those things. You go nani, stuff like that, which, you know, never hurt learning a few words of different languages. So sub benefits, there's also more concentration on the dialogue. So because you're reading it, you really focus on what they're saying, so you can't be distracted. Like I used to, when I first watched the dub, I wasn't too into anime yet, so I'd play on my one monitor and then once I died on the screen, then I'd look over here and then just click play and then click pause and then play my game. And once I died, play. That's just what I did. But with sub, you can't do that because you don't know the language. So you have to read so you understand the content of the anime. And then last but not least, sub is always available. You will never have an anime that's not subbed. Kinda. So what I mean by that is the sub itself will always be more available than the dub because, you know, that's just how they do it. You don't have to have separate voice actors to voice over different anime characters. You just write in English the letters they're saying in Japanese. So there's a lot of times, especially on Crunchyroll, where you want to watch a dub, but you can't because it's only sub. So especially on Crunchyroll, like I said, Crunchyroll hardly has any dub besides like Mob Psycho and a few other brand names. So now let's hop into the downsides and negatives. So one of the main downsides is the mouth animation doesn't match. I kind of went over that in the sub benefits, but yeah, the mouth animation doesn't match. Cringy dub moments like this.
With some friends of mine, and I guess I lost track of the time.
Hide and seek? And where are your friends right now?
Hey, Okazaki! It's time for class!
It kind of flows worse to me now that I've been watching sub a lot more. I can see how the Japanese language flows a lot more, and it kind of matches the characters a little bit better than the dub. That's just something that I've really noticed. But for example, I still watch the dub version of like Black Clover and Fairy Tail. I don't know. Those are just two that I really enjoy in the dub. It's just it's just a matter of personal preference, really. That do you prefer this? Do you prefer that? It just depends really on what you really like. Because in the beginning I liked dub. Now I kind of like sub a bit more, unless it's like Dragon Ball, Black Clover, Fairy Tail, things like that. Flows worse, kind of went over that a little bit. Just matches better in sub, I think. It's not always available. Self-explanatory. Dub is usually not as available as sub. And then another big thing is translation errors. There's a lot of, I know there's a pretty big thing in Dragon Ball, beginning of Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball Z, where the translations weren't 100% accurate, so you didn't really know what they were saying. And I know that in Dragon Ball, a lot of the things that were said have been censored in the dub because it's not appropriate or something like that. So you don't really get the full comedy aspect as if you would have watched the sub. Sub downsides now is it's sometimes hard to read. It's too fast, like when it's super intense and they're talking really fast. Sometimes it's hard to keep up and watch all the stuff and watch the soundtrack and catch the animation, things like that. You're not able to focus on the key elements as well, which is what I was saying. The music, soundtrack, art, animation, art itself, things like that. It's a turn off for new viewers. Like I was saying earlier, when I first started watching, when all of my friends first started watching, it was dub, it was not sub. Especially because you have to read. The voice actors are not easily relatable as an English speaker. Todd Haberkorn, like I was saying earlier, voice actor Natsu, every single time I watch an anime now and I hear his voice, I can hear his distinct voice if I watch the dub. Like, oh, that's Natsu. Oh, it's Todd Haberkorn. But with Japanese, let me go on a little rant here, sorry. Because with English speakers, you can tell what kind of voice they have, you can tell what kind of dialect they have, what kind of accent, what kind of pitch, kind of. Whether it's Australian, Canadian, Southern, Northern, things like that. You can tell the difference because you speak the language and you know. But with Japanese, since obviously I'm not a native Japanese speaker and I've never been to Japan, hopefully I get to go this summer, I can't really tell their dialect. I can't really tell, like, if somebody heard somebody from Japan and they were like, oh, that guy's from Tokyo, he's a Tokyo accent, I wouldn't know that, so I can't really distinct their voice as much. Like, there's probably been tons of main characters that have the same voice actor that I would have never known because I just can't tell the difference. Thank y'all for watching this video. It was really fun to make. Sorry it's been like a week. It's been like a week last uploaded a video. Like I said, I've been having recording issues. I don't know why my phone's been fucking up, but it has. So anyway, thank y'all for watching. Catch y'all next time.